Okay, so the plan is we take this fort, and then after we take this fort, we try to fight the Man of Wars again, and then we kind of like kite them into this area and see if the fort helps. If it does, then all we have to do is outrun them and just kind of like kite them past the fort. Which would be really, it's going to be really easy to outrun them. They're very slow ships. Wrong guy. Love how the captain didn't even suffer from that. That's one. Not this way. Cool. Who's this guy? Okay. Alright, so we got the fort. Some diving spots around here. I mean, there's a bunch of places we can go get money if we need it, so we can upgrade the hull. We'll just have to see, and then there's like another assassin mission there if we needed money. I would just rather not have to do that. We'll see. Upgrade round shot. That'll help. Okay. Okay.
You have my thanks.
See if we can do it now. Sorry. I'm sorry. I pulled the trigger. Oh, I fired on the fort that we just took. Where's the Man of War? What's going on over there? Is it fighting another thing? Is it just gonna let me sneak in now? Oh my god, it's just gonna let me sneak in. Looks like that other ship pulled aggro.
Who's this Taurus? And what's your man done to earn a death sentence?
He's a Templar, like Rogers and Hornigold. Men cooking up schemes to use the observatory for ill purposes. For power and control. The violence he'd cause with this thing would be subtle but heavy. Deadly, yet leaving no mark. Does that make sense?
Like, if there was a drought and people was thirsty, and one man had a large cask of water but gave a sip to none, he'd be a killer with no blood in his hands.
Aye, like that.
Fair enough.
Oh, you're coming with.
Lord, there's a bit of a chill, isn't there?
Well, I guess we haven't had a friendly death in a couple of minutes, so...
Thought we might see some soldiers on the line. Maybe they've gone?
No, they're here. Deep in the jungle.
Okay. Real talk, should we sink that before we go further? You gonna open it? Please tell me I got it. Did I get it? I have not seen any of these yet.
Soldiers, just there. What should we do? Ha! Jesus, look at all this. Corpses for miles.
They brought every ounce of menace they had.
Loot them. Yeah, look at that. They have berserk darts. No, not right now. Reach the observatory, okay.
all so strange. What is it?
Later, Anne. I'll tell you all when this is finished.
Oop. Circled the tree there. That's fine. Got to where we needed to go. No, no. Okay. Looks like we've made it.
Is this the place we've come to see?
Aye. Stand watch here, and let none follow.
Bitter that doesn't fight right.
¡Venga, muévete!
¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden!
Well, this looks like it's going well.
¡Has oído! ¡Levántate! ¡No quiero dejarte aquí! ¡Será vuestro funeral!
¡Por favor, está aquí! ¡Es pirata esta!
Mm-hmm. Why? This doesn't feel right. That was not right. Why did it let me to do that here, but not over there? Okay, so we go to that, to that. It wants me to go over here. Oh my god. That like that angle? That was rough. Thought I was done.
Hemos activado algo. ¡No te acerques a eso!
Rumble camera. Free the Guardian hostages? I didn't see any Guardian hostages. Okay. Ah, hesitated. So I go right, up, then right, I guess? Character isn't moving. Okay. So we go right. Figure I'm gonna use this ledge to jump on him.
We could have worked together, Edward. We could have taken power for ourselves and brought these miserable empires to their knees. There's so much potential in it. Captain Kenway, ever a splinter in my side. Does this murder fulfill you?
I'm only seeing a job done.
Feels great,
Torres.
actually.
As you'd have done with me.
As we have done, I think. You have no family anymore, no friends, no future. Your losses are far greater than ours.
That may
Okay.
be.
You don't have to attack the player.
Killing you rights a far greater wrong than ever I did.
You honestly believe that?
You would see all of mankind corralled into a neatly furnished prison, safe and sober, yet dulled beyond reason and sapped of all spirit. So with everything I've seen and learned in these last years, I do believe it.
You wear your convictions well. They suit you.
Torres awakened something fierce. Are we safe?
With the device returned, I believe so.
What do you call this place?
Captain Kenway's Folly!
Etsawol Tesu Tukila. Ka Wenen. We will seal this place and discard the key. Until another sage appears, this door will remain locked.
There were vials when I came here last. Filled with the blood of ancient men, Robert said, but they're gone now.
Then it's up to us to recover them, before the Templars catch wind of this. You could join us in that cause.
I will, but only after I fix what I mangled back home.
It arrived last week.
Are you gonna let me actually read this one? She moved on, dude. You know she moved on.
Wakey, wakey. I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Not in this era, anyway. I wish I could explain all the strangeness, but there isn't much time. The short of it is, you saw my beloved Juno. And for a brief moment, I thought she might occupy this tender body of yours. But something went wrong. And now, she's back out there, adrift. Oh, she was magnificent once. One of a race of beautiful, wonderful creatures. They created your kind. Did you know that? Your people were tools to them. That's all you have ever been. That's all you should ever be.
But I killed you.
One day soon, I hope. For the world is nearly ready for her return. Wired. Prepared for a second coming.
How did you keep your pirate accent this whole time?
Uh-oh. Here they come. Those Templars. Or maybe assassins this time. Idiots. All of them. I envy you. It was her wish that I be here to greet her. It was her experiment that made it possible for my rebirth as one of these things.
Ah.
Stay down! Get down on your back! Now! He's got a gun!
Guide me into the grave, beloved! I am your instrument!
Put the gun down! Drop it! Drop your weapon! Clear! Clear! Check his vitals. He's bleeding fast. Check the victim.
It's his science
Are you
fiction
okay?
that they warned
Can
him
you
that
hear me?
much.
Hello? Talk to me. You alright?
There you are. Thank God. I hope you feel well. You look good.
Thank you.
Can you stand? Good. Try walking around.
And I kept the tablet in my hand this whole time? Kind of sounds like me.
A doctor came by, said there wasn't anything to worry about. That the liquid in the syringe was far, far below.
Her purpose is not ours to achieve, but ours to receive, given by her grace and instruction. Death to the fabricators of pleasure and indolence. The older order must be restored, new order destroyed. True Templars dedicated to the order and stability and peace through the application of her iron will, not through the dueling satisfaction of pleasure and indolence.
I feel terrible about all this.
You should.
About everything.
You should.
All our evidence pointed to you, but it was John all along. God, the things we found on his computer.
A lot of porn, right?
Whatever you need, we'll provide. You've done an amazing job. Speaking of which, our trailer is finished. Would you like to see it? I owe you that much.
Is it going to be on your computer?
There we go. I uploaded it to your database. You can watch it here or at your Animus. I think you'll love it. It really captures the essence of the era. So, take care.
Where is it?
And again, thank you.
Ah, there it
In
is.
a world where pirates rule the waves,
Oh my god.
these men will discover that nothing is sacred and everyone is committed to rum, plunder, and women.
Hola, ladies.
This summer, Abstergo Entertainment invites you aboard for the adventure of a lifetime. So sharpen your cutlasses, shine your hooks, and sail with the devils of the Caribbean. This virtual experience is not being rated.
Yep. That is definitely early 2010s. Return to the Animus? Really?
Well, what now?
Oh, this isn't mine.
Look at the light. Isn't that the battery? I think that's the battery. Hello?
1 second.
Ah. Look, sorry about this. My name is Sean, and back there is Rebecca, my partner in crime. Hello. Bloody good work earlier. Honestly, I mean it. Delivering us all that data. It's really just too bad that our man on the inside was such a, how to put it? Fanatic. Fanatic is the best word, I suppose. We take who we can get. Exactly. Well put. We saw in John an opportunity to burrow deeper into Abstergo's cloud servers, and I'm not ashamed to say...
Oliver, here's the initial presentation I received. It's a little light on facts, but these guys know what they're doing. No more when they arrive Monday. Let me know if you feel like attending. Oliver, here's the initial. The world's most innovative, high-tech, high-performance communication security technology, Bloom stands poised to reshape the way we think information security architecture, specializing in everything from mobile telephony to home computing to digital imaging process network security systems. We take great pride in the fact that we help create most of the markets we now dominate. And nowhere is our expertise more apparent in the flagship product CTOS, a group groundbreaking property security software operation. What is this trying to do? Futures in bloom. Okay.
Not realising, of course, that he was enlisting you to help him. And to blame, should anything go wrong. I suppose it all worked out very nicely in the end. Most of it, anyway.
What Sean really wants to say is, if you're up for more hacking, we are too. John gave you level 3 security clearance before you died. You should use it. The assassins don't have the resources to pay you like the Templars do, but we'll make it worth your while.
Look, we should really cut it short, Bex. 20 seconds.
All right. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. And top-notch work. Really top. Give yourself a pat on the back. And happy hacking.
I'll do one more, Peter, and then we'll go back to the Animus. What's up, Exotic? Oh, C2S is from Watch Dogs. Interesting. I have not played a Watch Dogs game yet. Originally assumed to be analogy computer. What's this? Any tech? Yeah, mechanism. Device built for the purpose of determining the future positions of astral bodies. Abstergo industry scientists have recently discovered that the mechanism is merely one small portion of a larger tool, so-called prognostic machine, thought to have been used by the first civilization to make probability-based predictions of future events. It has been confirmed, for instance, that our precursor race used such a device in conjunction with their inherent precognitive abilities to locate and contact Mr. Desmond Miles, source of the sample 17 strand, for a purpose that shall remain classified. It is also known that due to the nature of the quantum probability measurements that such machines would have been exceedingly difficult to use, and that many hundreds or thousands of trials would have been needed to peak such great distance in the future. Baghdad battery, okay. Blood vials. Little is known about the function of these blood vials, though dozens have been found since Abstergo took an interest in their recovery at some point in the late 1980s. To date, only 3 have been found with their original content intact, and of these, only one contained a confirmed sample of precursor DNA. Abstergo Industries executives have expressed a partial interest in locating more precursor DNA, and if possible, samples of our so-called mitochondria Eve. As far-fetched as this sounds, please take care to identify any files you might stumble upon in your memory replay. Unfortunately, as the average half-life of DNA is mere 500 years, any samples old enough to belong either source 80,000 years will have degraded well beyond usefulness. We suspect it would require a minimum of over 250 similar preserved samples and a hell of a lot of luck to sequence an entire precursor genome, though the true figure is probably closer. Okay. A lot of other stuff.
Gentlemen, how do you find it here?
It will work for us. But our goal must be to scatter our operations. To live and work among the people we protect, just as Altair Ben Lahad once counseled.
Well, until that time, it's yours as you see fit.
Edward, Captain Woods Rogers survived his wounds. He has since returned to England, shamed and in great debt, but no less a threat.
I will finish that job when I return. You have my word.
Oh, does he get to go home?
Evening, Anne.
Edward?
I'll be sailing for London in the next few months. I'd be a hopeful man if you were beside me.
England's the wrong way around the globe for an Irish woman.
Will you stay with the assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye. When my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Sail ho! Coming into the cove!
You're a good man, Edward. And if you learn to keep settled in one place for more than a week, you'll make a fine father too. Of all the money that e'er I had,
Wonder if she was like alluding to something?
would come, and all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't. So felt the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all.
The daughter?
Ere I had, they're sorry for my going, and all the sweet ere I've loved, they'd wish me one more day to stay.
Okay.
Since it falls unto
Kind of interested to know what was on that letter that was sent to him.
I should write, and you I'll gently write and softly call. Good night and
So how do I feel about this game?
be with you all.
I thought it was fun. It's a fun game. It's definitely Assassin's Creed. Like, I couldn't go around collecting stuff as much as I used to in like the older titles because it's just this, I feel like I've done this already. And I don't feel like the payoff to keep doing it is there. I feel like I made it through the game pretty much, you know, maybe going left and right a couple of times, but I stayed pretty straight onto the path of, you know, rushing the game.
The Jackdaw is a ship, Jenny, not a boat.
But did you always know?
No. No, I learned after leaving Bristol.
After you left Mother?
Well, I didn't leave without saying goodbye, that is. It was an arrangement, you see, between your mother and me.
She said you left her. She said you always talked about sailing a boat and making money in the New World.
I did always want to sail a ship. That's true. But not for a lark. To support us. But take care of her. And you.
Not me. Mother said you didn't know about me. She said you wrote only once a year and that she never knew where to find you.
That's all true, and I'm sorry for that. If I'd known earlier, I might have come home. I hope that I would have.
Well, you were busy. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I was,
kind of.
But that wouldn't
How
have
long
mattered.
of a span was this story?
Can I steal your boat?
Boat? I see no boat here. Do you?
I mean ship, obviously. I don't see the difference anyway.
Ah, it's a very simple one, Jenny. A ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship.
Why then, everything is a ship. Large and small. But for my toy boats, The one I take into the bath with me.
That's a clever way of seeing it.
This is kind of a cute scene.
Is it hard to talk about Caroline, Jenny?
I'll put Rogue on my short list. I don't think I'm gonna jump right back into another Assassin's Creed game because they're just so similar. But I'll take care of Rogue sooner than later.
Was she in pain?
I don't know. I don't think so. She was very happy for quite some time. Then, not so happy. I didn't see her much after that. Then, she was gone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
It's all right. You're here now. And we're on an adventure.
Only a little one, I hope. Can't handle too many more surprises.
Do you think we'll see a whale?
Yes, there's a very good chance.
And what about pirates? Will I see pirates?
No. Not much chance of that, I think.
Oh, that's rather sad. I should have liked to have seen one.
Tell you what, Jenny. As soon as these winds die a little, I'll let you steer the Jackdaw. One little trick of the helm before sundown.
Yay!
Interesting.
Miss Jennifer Kenway, may I introduce myself?
Jennifer Scott, if you please.
I'm sorry,
My daughter was raised by her mother, Caroline, until she passed away some years ago. Jenny prefers to use her surname to mine.
Please forgive my ignorance.
I will. She may not.
Father, help me.
This little rascal, however, is a Kenway. What's wrong, Hafen?
I can't see the stage.
Up we go.
Okay, so that was just to add
How's
context to this movement or moment.
But won't your arms tire?
Hey, I'm not so old as that. But if they do, then we shall quit this posh gig and go and meet your mother for some chocolate at White's. How's that sound?
Yes, please.
Okay, hush now.
Who's the mother? Interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was an okay game. I have to remember it was made 7 years ago, so there's been a lot of, I don't know, I feel like jumps in how games have been. Almost 8 years ago now, 2001 or 21. It was 2013. But yeah, it's almost a decade old. But yeah, the gameplay was alright. Like I said, it's an Assassin's Creed game. The music was good. Voice acting was alright. I mean, it's an okay game. Like, I'm not gonna say like it was great. I thought it was okay. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Exotic. Thanks for saying hey. Yeah, like, I think maybe if I had caught this closer to when it came out, I would have caught the magic of the game that so many people liked. But I think because of my timing with it, not so much. I mean, it was good. It was alright. Played a lot of pirate games, like ship games since this came out. I feel like handled those mechanics a little bit better, but this was more arcadey in how it was, which made it pretty fun. Yeah, they just put a lot of stuff on the map to go and collect to kind of fill your time if you want to do that. But like, I did that for like the first 3 games, and it just felt so empty to do that after you beat the game, because not a lot is achieved from doing that besides achievements. And I'm not really achievement hunting in these games. They don't pull me in that much. So yeah, I don't know. It's something Assassin's Creed does and is known for, and I'm pretty sure they keep doing that throughout their title, throughout all their titles. Story was kind of all over the place, but I feel like Assassin's Creed stories can be like that, especially when they're going through like a whole life of somebody. They had a lot to jump around to do. It kind of came together in the end. It definitely came together in the end. I just, as far as like the lore of the Assassin's Creed universe, having like the main dude in like the now times just die, and then like there's a bunch of stuff kind of left up in the air. How I feel about making like you the character, the person, that's kind of an interesting push towards it, but I felt like there was a lot of loose ends that needed closing, and it might have been closed in those massive walls of text that they give you, which, if the writing was a little bit more interesting, I would get through those massive walls of text, but it wasn't. It was like reading instruction manuals, and like, why would I want to spend my time reading instruction manuals for fun? It doesn't seem fun to me. It's not why I'm playing a game. And then like the letters were disjointed from whoever wrote them or what they were really about. Like, so I would do a speed read through the beginning of it and realize like I kind of don't care. Maybe there was more lore hidden in there, but it, like, once again, it was just massive walls of text, which you can knock that down to like all those collectibles I was grabbing. How about put a paragraph in each of those collectibles, and then it's not so hard to get through. Like the ones that I was the notes where they were just a paragraph, I was getting through those. Those are fine. But like when I got it to like 6 or 7 paragraphs, you're like, come on. You don't need to put this much information in just one thing. Especially when it's not like captivating writing. But yeah, I mean, definitely a title that, especially if you like the Assassin's Creed game, you need to play. Definitely not the worst of them. I would put this up there in one of the better ones. The fleet mechanism was fun. I could see that getting addicting if you wanted to really put time into it. Maybe going after one of those legendary ships would have been fun, but at this point, I think I've played the game and I've played enough of it that I am good with it. I will put Rogue on my quote-unquote short list. I'll probably kick it up to around, I don't know. There's so many like games in there that I might do some reorganizing of the short list. There's like several games in that list that I want to play, and then they're going to get kicked down because I'm playing Final Fantasy again, and that's going to consume a lot of my time. And on top of that, New World is coming out in August. Zelda, the one that was for the Wii, Skyward Sword, I think it was. That's coming out for the Switch, and I want to play that. I think I'll stream that. I don't make any money off of my YouTube anyway, so I can put that up on my YouTube. I don't really care. They're gonna claim every single video, but that's fine. Trying to think. Yeah, and then, I mean, there's my short list has got plenty of other games, so I'll throw it on there, somewhere in there. I might throw it just under my short list and get to it when I get to it. But yeah, it was an alright game. There's not much more I can say about that. I think I don't want to comment too much on the graphics. I think the graphics were fine. I think they look good, especially for 2013. Like, that's like right on the precipice of when graphics started like really kicking off. This was made for console, so there's only so much they could do. That's around, that might be like right before like the Xbox One, right? And the PS4. So I mean, they're kicking around graphics of the 360 and the PS3. So I think it looked fantastic for what it was. There were definitely points that were framey, and I'm blaming that more on, I bet the game alone, in standard definition, like standard 1080, can maintain a 30 FPS without a problem, especially on my computer. But I have a widescreen, so it wasn't supported. Like unless you go back to the very first video, you see that like strip, that really long strip, and that's how they were presenting widescreen. And I'm like, I can't play like this. So I went ahead and got a mod that stretched the screen out a little bit. That's why the UI is kind of closed in, but the screen is open. It's just what the mod did. It allowed me to play this game in, you know, widescreen like I like to play games. So I think a lot of, like, you know, you saw characters pop in and out on the side because they were probably cheating. They're like, no one's gonna see this, so whatever. Some framey moments, and I'm guessing it's because of that. It wasn't designed for a widescreen, so I took a loss of graphics and smoothness so I could get a bigger picture, and I think that bigger picture paid off at several times, especially when you got to see the landscape, or like in the open ocean battles, having that full view of the ships. I think they made the immersion a little bit better. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. It was okay. I don't know if I'd go pretty, yeah, pretty good. I'll say pretty good. Okay. So like if you see it on sale, catch it in bundle. I think it's worth it. If you haven't played it, go back to it. But yeah, now I need to catch up on the Assassin's Creed games, because like my next one is Rogue, and like how many since Rogue? Let's see. Probably like 5. Easy. So yeah, wow, there were 2 in 2014. Okay, so I have 5 to go, not including the newest one. So I have Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, and Odyssey. And Valhalla, or what was the newest one? Valhalla? So I am 6 behind. Cool. Yeah, I'll put Rogue on my short list, and we'll get to it. Can't close the screen now. But oh, lastly, but not least, thank you for all the people that are watching the VODs or watching this on YouTube. I do appreciate it. This is getting like my hobby now, is to stream and put up videos. I like to do it because I get to meet all sorts of cool people online that come hang out with me quite often, and I do appreciate it. I do like meeting people. I like hanging out, talking about games, especially if you like the game. Like, come in, say hello. Even if I'm not enjoying it, probably like talking to someone who likes these games. I always like talking to people that are into these type of things. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys always stopping by and saying hello and hanging out. So coming up on my list of games that I'm going to be playing soon, I'll actually probably start tomorrow a game called Brutal Legend. It came out a couple years ago. It looked so good, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it because I play MMOs and FPSs like Apex, and they take all my time away, and I miss all of these titles. Like Final Fantasy, I put in 240 days before I quit it, or it was like 235 days before I quit. In the first 4 years, that's how many days I put in, or hours of gameplay I put in. I know people have completely eclipsed that, but that takes a lot of your gaming time away. You know, when you're spending 4,000 hours on one game, you're gonna miss quite a few others, and I did. So I'm trying to at least have one game that I'm playing for like an hour or 2 hours a day, like this, where I can have it has a start and a finish, so I can experience more stories and more games. But yeah, so Brutal Legends is coming up. Persona 4 Gold, that'll be afterwards. So that's gonna be a long period where it's just gonna be playing Final Fantasy and Persona. I haven't played a Persona game yet. I've seen some of them played. They seem like they'd be right in my alley. And then there's one called Aegis Defender. That's another indie game. Too Dark is another indie game. Skull the Hero Slayer is another indie game. So there's going to be a stretch of indie games. And then I'm going to take my first look at No Man's Sky. I keep hearing about it. I wanted the game to be good. After it flopped, it took a while for me to like look at it again. Now that it's in the state it's in, I would love to give that game a good deep dive. I don't know when we'd call the end of me playing that, but I will give it a playthrough. I'll probably post that playthrough online. I think there is like a single player path that I can post online, and we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look and kind of define my beginning and end with that game. And then after No Man's Sky, there's another indie game called Cosmic Star Heroine that I didn't play that I want to try. Oxenfree is another really good indie game I missed. Banner Saga 2, I've played the first one, thought it was amazing. Really want to play the second one. And then my top 10, we're going to revisit Undermine. Might not post these ones. I didn't post the last time I played Undermine, but there was a long stretch at the beginning of this year, I think, where I played Undermine. And then it released, had more content. I want to go back and I want to like play through that new content. Play it and then play through the new content. So I'll probably start a new run with that. And then my list goes on and on and on. And my short list is 20 games long. It's on my Twitch page, you can see it there. My long list is like 200 games long now. It's ridiculous. But we'll get to them if I ever get to them. That's why when I hear people are like, there are no games out, it's like, did you play everything? Like, when did you play all these games? And it might be because they weren't playing an MMO, taking all their time, or they, you know, they have like kind of a narrow set of games. But I like a large variety of games. I like everything from, you know, FPS to adventures like this, RPGs, to indie platformers. Like, I just love the experience. So, I mean, if you look at the playlist on my channel, you'll see there's quite a few different genres. And like, if you visit my Twitch channel, you'll see I play out stuff outside of what I put on my YouTube. Yeah. Now we're gonna sit here awkwardly until the end of the credits, because I always like to roll my credits, or the credits of the game. I feel like since I'm here and I'm broadcasting it, I should give, like, tip the hat to the people who made the game and, you know, the content that I'm putting up online. But while this finishes, I'm actually gonna go AFK for 2 seconds and refill my water. sure all of this is DMCA'd. So it is. Do I own RoadGet? Can't shrink the video, but yeah, if it's DMCA'd, I might just make an outro after. We'll see. Age rating specialist. I don't recognize any of those names. I wonder if like Ubisoft of North America changed a little bit. I'm sure they have. I just don't recognize the names of like the CEO or like the public relations person. Man, there are a lot of senior shopper insight. Master? I kind of wonder, it's like, it can't just be like they take care of the keys to the building, right? It's got to be like an actual job that's called Keymaster. Or they just were messing around. Key account manager is responsible for handling the most important client accounts in a company. Will be lead point of contact for all key clients. Client matters. Anticipate client needs. Work within the company to ensure deadlines for the client are met, and help the client succeed. Wow, that's an actual job. Huh. No real pirates were harmed in the making of this game. Nice work, Dev, who slipped that.